Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. A lot of excitement throughout the nation. National Signing Day has been established, and we have with us on the line to give us an update on the basket getting fat down in Brenham, Texas from Blinn College, none other than Coach Ryan Mahon. First of all, Happy New Year, and how have you been, Coach?
Very well, thank you, and Happy New Year to you too.
All right. Well, another year has come and gone for your signing day, and you got a pretty hefty number of young men that come joining the Buccaneer Blue this year.
Yeah, we were very meticulous in the way we went about it. We didn't have to just go out and just get a whole bunch of guys, but the guys we did get, we definitely vetted a great deal on them. Just made sure that we checked them out. They're good football players and good human beings.
Absolutely, and then I'm understanding too that you're also going to be having some tryouts this coming weekend for those who may have been under the radar. Correct?
Yes, we are. We're going to have it February the 10th. If you need any more information on that, go to the football webpage. Then on the very right side, it says more, and then go to the tryout link, and I'll let you know everything you need to know.
All right. Now, unlike the four-year institutions, we've talked about this and established it, you have to literally hit the ground and be double timing once guys get inducted into your program. So the type of players that you're looking for, I understand sometimes you may have some deals worked out where a kid may have tried to commit to a four-year institution but couldn't quite get there for whatever reason. In combination with that, where do you normally find most of your players to establish your squad?
Our recruiting spiel is obviously a quality human being, a good kid, okay, and then a guy that's got issues possibly in the grade area or is maybe getting overlooked a little bit. And, the high school coaches down here in Texas do such a great job of evaluating their kids, getting them in a position to where they need to be, and they're so helpful in the recruiting process. So it makes our job really easy.
So I've been talking with coaches throughout the country, and it seems to be the same echo, and maybe you can kind of accent this for us and our listeners. I'm hearing coaches that if they're, say, from out of a different state and they come to another state, there's also like a period of isolation or getting to know you time where it makes it somewhat more challenging than others, than a state of familiarity between the high schools and the collegiate coaches. How true is that, and have you experienced that in your coaching career?
There is a little bit of a difference, just especially if you're a big time, Division I guy where you got to recruit nationally. Now you're talking about kids from different regions. Now, what we try to do, we focus mainly in the South. That's just because we only have so much money, and we have to also be very efficient with what we do. So there isn't so much of a change for us as it would be if we were nationally recruiting.
Okay, and you see that with some of the Power Five or the larger four-year colleges that you may have established within the state, as far as you getting some guys that. I guess if you allow me to say it this way, they're protected for a couple of years or so while they develop under your system.
Yeah, that does happen. It doesn't happen all the time. A lot of times, Division I's, they can't sign a kid that's not going to make it, and they know it. But, sometimes if they're right on that fine line, there will be some help given. And obviously, if they do help us, then they wouldn't be on a list. We'd help them get graduated and get back to the place that helped us get them.
All right. Right now we're speaking with Coach Ryan Mahon, head football coach of the Blinn Buccaneers. Coach, I know you got, I believe it was 40-plus young men. Do you have some that or are you expecting some immediate impact from that's on your list that you could share with us?
Oh, no question. Up front on the offensive line, we went out to sign quite a bit, and we did that. We got the Brandon Castile from Shirts is one that really stands out for us. We had to battle everybody in the conference. Go down there to Kenneth Cowart, and he's a kid from out of Klein Collins, and he's the kid that was one of the first commitments in our recruiting class. And God love him, he helped us recruit kids, on the social media where they start DMing each other. And so he's constantly, he was a mouthpiece for us from the very, very beginning. We got a kid out of where are we at? North Shore, the center, Tevin Matthews. We're really excited about him. We've also got the kiddo out in Midlothian, Chris Dickert, who we're really excited about, and Garrett Nicholson at Clear Springs. I mean, these are all guys that we can hang our hat on. The linebacker wise, I'd be remiss not to mention Josh Reed, okay, out of Heights, and then Michael Gates out of Carthage. Those are two kids that really, really helped us. And that was a little bit more meticulous for us because we had linebackers returning, so we had to be exactly right. And these guys fit in completely well. Another kid out of Heights at DB, Marco Damio, is a kid that we really, really liked on film. But we've got D'Angelo Alexander out of the Woodlands. I mean, I could just keep going down the list on these guys. We got J.J. Jackson out of Cedar Hill. Jaquay Martin was a big one that we had to compete for out of Mahia at safety. Keldrick Williams at Timberview at defensive end. We did really well with him. Offensively, outside the quarterback, we got a kid out of Donaldsonville, Louisiana, that we really liked, and Jalen Williams. We also stayed in state, and we got a kid out of Madison, Trevon Jackson, at quarterback, and then also a really big get for us at running back was Devin McAdoo out of Hightower, and he's a little kid that can just straight up blazer, get down the sideline. And then Antonio Gage, a wide receiver. Another big time receiver we got was from Florida, and that's Xavier Hutchison out of Barton Trail. So yeah, we did some really good things with these kids. We felt really confident in our signing class.
Well, it sounds like you got some stiff competition coming ahead when this blue and white spring game comes out here in a couple of weeks or a few weeks from now.
Yeah. Once these freshmen get here, that next year, golly, I can't imagine. But yeah, still we've got a whole bunch of talent still here on campus. That spring game, we're going to be able to get after each other pretty good.
Now, in most cases, when you recruit a young man, you're stressing that you recruit them for that 2-year stint to make sure that they graduate, that they're on course to graduate from their next trip to the 4-year institution. Did you lose any guys who would be coming into their sophomore year this year?
There's one great one, and he was a qualifier coming in, so we knew and we recruited him that way. Hey, if you get a deal, you can go on. It was Vontae Davis at a BF Terry down there. And he was a qualifier, getting Division II looks. And then he played his tail off for us this fall and ends up going to Utah. And that was a big one for us, the University of Utah. So good for him, and we welcome that. Not a lot of schools welcome that kind of thing, but, man, if you can get it out, our job is to get you there. So use us and don't let us use you.
Absolutely. Well, use is such a harsh word, Coach. How about if we become partners? We become co-laborers. Yeah, because when we say that, when we become co-laborers, because that kid's goal, and I should say young man's goal, we don't want them to feel like we're neglecting them, but that young man's goal, of course, if they have any ambition, is to try to make it to the professional level. But we know that there's a small percentage of those who make it to that level. However, there's a great number of those guys who can at least get their bachelor's degree taken care of, at least partially, through their athletic ability. So when these guys have the opportunity to pursue what they're thinking is that next level, but as a coach, as a mentor, as a parent, you're saying, hey, this guy's getting secure to becoming at least a college educated on the bachelor's level. So it becomes a win-win for everybody involved.
No question. I mean, if you heard us on our recruiting visit, I mean, we talk about football, but it's just such a minor speaking point to us. I mean, we talk about the academics, how we're going to get to where we're going to get to, and each kid's got a different story. So we have to address every single one of them in the recruiting process. And my coaches do such a good job. They're very informed, and they do a great job of getting these kids information. So that way they can, when they do decide to come here, it's for all the right reasons. And the end game is trying to get, an AA from us, but then also a bachelor degree.
Well, we're speaking again with Coach Ryan Mahon. I know you're salivating right now, ready to get back out there and get those X's and O's involved. Your blue and white game will be here before you know it. Then next thing you know, it'll be the kickoff of the 2018 fall campaign, and time sits still for no one. Coach, you know we always appreciate what you do and how you do for us and our continued development of the partnership here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And as always, I'd love to give you the opportunity to share some thoughts, comments as we get ready to shut down this segment.
Yeah, I just really want to thank all the high school coaches that helped us through this whole process. I mean, even if we didn't get their kid, they were so helpful and just welcomed us with open arms. I just want to let them know how much we appreciate it. And we're going to be out there again, just, chasing down the next great kid, talent-wise.
Chasing down the next great kid, chasing down another championship. But how about this time, Coach? No code, nothing. Let's take the whole thing.
That's what we're aiming for this year. So let's see if we can do it.
Yes, sir. Coach Ryan Mahon and the Blinn Buccaneers class of 2018. Now, for more detailed information, they can go to the website, correct, Coach, and get the list of young men that have joined. Give that website information one more time.
It's going to be under Blinn Football. You just search that in any kind of Google, and it'll come up under our news. That article will be done this afternoon, actually. I'm meeting with Tara Dreyer on it probably after this conversation here.
All right, so go to the Blinn Buccaneer football site, get the latest and greatest information of the class of 2018. He is Coach Ryan Mahon. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Remember that you can follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. The website is obn-radio. And, of course, you can listen on TuneIn 24 hours a day. And for those who just want to save their data, simply dial 605-477-5066 and listen to everything we have to offer 24 hours a day. Until the next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.